You are looking live at the beautiful buildings of the Queen City. The Queen City, the home of the Carolina Panthers and the Charlotte Hornets. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are live from Charlotte, North Carolina in the Spectrum Center. And after the events that transpired last week, you gotta think there may be some comeuppance for certain individuals. Certain individuals will need to explain themselves, but regardless, everybody is ready to throw the hands up and get one step closer to Backlash. Of course, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have matchups that will determine the landscape of Backlash to see who will be able to put their name in the hat to try to get to Backlash. It is going to be a good one here in Charlotte, and the WWE Universe has packed out the Spectrum Center here tonight. Welcome to the Blue Brand, ladies and gentlemen, as SmackDown takes over the Queen City. Live in downtown Charlotte, it is going to be a good night. And tonight, we have many matchups, once again, as stated earlier. Of course, coming up here tonight on SmackDown, we will have Bianca Belair going one-on-one with Raquel Rodriguez. Of course, last week, Raquel and the rest of the Judgment Day, after Liv Morgan defeated Lyra Valkyria, tried to make their presence known and send a message to the women's locker room. Bianca Belair wasn't having any of it. She came to the rescue, and now tonight, she must go one-on-one with Big Mommy Cool. Also, coming up tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Tag Team Championship tournament continues here on the Blue Brand. Another quarterfinal matchup. We will see Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits. They will be taking on the very exciting, very entertaining LWO, consisting of Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. And that is not the only Tag Team Championship tournament matchup we have going here tonight. Also, coming up here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this is also sure to be a good one. Another quarterfinal matchup. The New Catch Republic in Tyler Bate and the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. They go 2v2 with some former NXT Tag Team Champions in their own right. We have Nathan Frazier and Axiom Fraxium. New Catch Republic, and Fraxium 2v2 in the tournament here tonight. But to kick things off here from the Spectrum Center, it is always known that SmackDown will forever run on Tiffy time. Tiffany Stratton is in the building here tonight, and she is looking to make her name noticed. She is looking to make sure her name gets thrown into the hat for possibly becoming the WWE Women's Champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Pryor, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
The Buff Barbie, SmackDown's resident princess, is ready for singles action here tonight. You can see all these cameras, the camera flashes, the WWE Universe taking all the pictures they can of Tiffany Stratton. But she can also throw down. Do not let the pretty face fool you. And tonight she is going to have to throw down, as here comes a woman who is sometimes overlooked by the WWE Universe, but we here know that she is a very competent competitor. Accompanied by her Secret Hervis and Alba Fire, and Piper Niven, Chelsea Green is here, and she is looking to pull off what could possibly be a huge upset here tonight on SmackDown. Of course, Chelsea Green, a former Women's United States Champion, hell, the inaugural Women's United States Champion here in the WWE. But like we said, this is a new era of WWE. There are no champions to start out right now, but maybe, just maybe, Chelsea Green picks up the early win here tonight. She might even go even higher than the Women's United States Championship. She might be able to go fight for the WWE Women's Championship. But here we go as these two ladies collar and elbow tie up in the middle of the ring to start this contest. Or Tiffany Stratton, you got to think she should have the strength advantage, and you see it right there. Tiffany Stratton able to push back able to push back Chelsea Green to the corner. I almost said Alba Fire right there. She's down there at ringside watching this one very closely. As right now, Tiffany Stratton in control of the contest early. Now Tiffany has Chelsea Green back up to her feet, now raining down the strikes on Chelsea. Sent to the other corner now is right now Tiffany Stratton is all over Chelsea, but Chelsea Green finally able to block, and there's a super kick by Chelsea, and now followed up with a Rough Rider. Well, I wonder where she got that move from right there. And right now, Chelsea Green is in control of this matchup, it seems. As you can see there in the back, Piper Niven removing that turnbuckle padding, something to keep in mind right there. We've seen that a lot from the WWE superstars to start off this little new era. Everybody's been trying to figure out any type of shortcuts they can use. Oh, wait a minute. Tiffany Stratton, oh my goodness, well, Piper Niven got a front row seat to that, and it seems like her plan has visibly backfired. She tried to get Chelsea Green to use that, but instead it seems like Tiffany Stratton using anything to her advantage. We never said Tiffany Stratton was a nice girl, though, ladies and gentlemen. You got to keep that in mind. She will do anything it takes to stay at the top. And right now you can see Tiffany Stratton in control after using Piper Niven's plan to her advantage. Well, Chelsea Green obviously can't be too happy about that one. She didn't even get a chance to realize that the turnbuckle was exposed for her. And oh my goodness, well, that pump kick there by Chelsea Green, that'll surely rock Tiffany Stratton. It almost rocked her jaw right there. As you can see now, Chelsea Green starting to rain down the offense, trying to get back into this contest. And with the big German, that'll certainly help. Down goes the Buff Barbie. Tiffany Stratton is in trouble. Chelsea Green sends Tiffany to the corner. And now look at this, the tree of woe here by Chelsea Green, using all of her expertise in this ring right now, using the ring to her advantage to take down Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany tried to roll to the outside. Chelsea, though, follows her. Oh, my God. Big knee strike there by Chelsea Green. And of course, Chelsea Green telling the WWE Universe to pledge their allegiance to Chelsea Green. Of course, called herself the president when she held that Women's United States Championship. Now what's Chelsea looking to do here? Gets back in the ring and now is going to break the count of referee Jessica Carr. Looking to rain down more punishment here on Tiffany Stratton. Oh my goodness, just slamming her right in front of the WWE Universe. The WWE Universe not too happy about the actions of Chelsea Green right now, but Chelsea just doing whatever she needs to do to win this matchup here tonight. Now Chelsea Green, big boot to the side of the face of Tiffany Stratton. It's not looking good for Tiffany late in this matchup as we have a cover by Chelsea, kick out by Tiffany. She's able to thrust the shoulder up. What's Chelsea going to do here now? Has a hold of, oh my goodness, was going to shoot her off, but instead pulled her back into that back elbow. And now Chelsea hits the top rope. What is Chelsea Green looking to do right here? A big splash there by Chelsea Green. And she's going to go for the cover off of that splash. Referee Jessica Carr getting into position here. And maybe her getting into position might have given Tiffany just enough to be able to kick out yet again. You saw Chelsea Green starting to get a bit frustrated, but she can't do that with Tiffany Stratton as Tiffany is now starting to fight back. Tiffany Stratton is starting to show just a tad more life in this contest. And now Tiffany with a nice drop kick, taking down Chelsea Green. And as you see there, she's saying that right now everybody is on Tiffy time. And now Tiffany has Chelsea on her shoulders and drops her down, does Tiffany Stratton. Falling into the cover, hooking the leg of Chelsea Green to win the matchup. Kick out at 2, though. Not enough for Tiffany to secure the victory. And so, wait a minute, look at this here. Well, Tiffany, she can't get distracted by the Secret Service on the outside as Alba Fire did enough to distract, though Chelsea can hit her with that big flatliner. Into the cover here by Chelsea Green. Tiffany Stratton gets the shoulder up. The Secret Service can't believe it. And now Chelsea Green, she might be thinking it's time to end this one. She might be looking to put this one away. She tried to go for the unprettier, but instead, Tiffany knew what was coming and was able to get the elbow up. Tiffany Stratton. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. As soon as Tiffany seems to get any type of momentum, there's Alba Fire trying to grab the ankle, and now here's Piper Niven just talking about whatever to Tiffany Stratton. I don't know what they're talking about, but now Chelsea Green with another Rough Rider. And look at that, the Secret Service, they're very proud of themselves. I mean, this is ridiculous. Well, I did say Tiffany Stratton, she's got to stay focused, and she cannot allow the Secret Service to distract her. That's clearly what has happened here. Is now Chelsea looking for a big move here, but Tiffany able to fight back, and now off the second rope with the double axe handle. Oh, look at that. Piper Niven tried to grab her ankle again. Tiffany was able to run up to the top rope just in time, and now the big elbow drop to the back. Tiffany Stratton now trying to get Chelsea in position, but once again, Alba Fire getting herself involved. Well, referee Jessica Carr, she's got to do something at this rate. Alba Fire has gotten herself involved way too much into the backslide here. Wait a minute. Well, instead of paying attention to the pinfall here, Jessica Carr, it seems like she's had enough of Alba Fire and she's gone. Well, Chelsea's not going to be too happy about that one. There was a clear pin attempt, and that was basically, I believe, almost a count of 10 at that point. Chelsea Green may have just won this match, but instead, Jessica Carr taking matters into her own hands and sending Alba Fire back to catering. Go get yourself some food. And now Tiffany Stratton off the top rope with Chelsea Green into the superplex. Jessica Carr restoring order in this matchup, restoring authority to her name, as now Tiffany Stratton might be looking for the finishing touches. Wait a minute. Well, if Jessica Carr, if you threw out Alba Fire, you need to throw out her counterpart in Piper Niven. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. Well, it seems like Jessica Carr is going to let Piper Niven stay out here, but I don't agree with that sentiment. After the German, Chelsea Green falling into the cover. Can Tiffany Stratton find anything to kick out? And she does. It's been an uphill battle for SmackDown's resident princess in this contest here tonight. And this is just the first contest of the show. Tiffany Stratton now in trouble, in the grasp of Chelsea Green. What's Chelsea going to do here? Shoots her off. And now, misses the strike there. Tiffany still running. Misses the pump kick as well. There's Chelsea Green as Tiffany takes out the leg. And now here comes Tiffany Stratton with the standing moonsault. Chelsea Green in deep trouble. Tiffany Stratton looking to put an end to this one. Chelsea off the ropes. Tiffany with a big spine buster. A modified spine buster right there. And now turns Chelsea over as wait a minute, the prettiest moonsault ever. PME by Tiffany Stratton, and there's nothing that Piper Niven can do but watch. That is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. And despite all the nonsense that went down in this contest, Tiffany Stratton is able to secure victory over Chelsea Green. Well, the president and her Secret Service, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Clearly not enough in the game plan to be able to defeat the Buff Barbie here tonight. And Tiffany Stratton with a big statement made here tonight in Charlotte. prettiest moonsault ever, most of the time, is all she wrote. Tiffany Stratton victorious here tonight, and it seems like she wants to say a few things. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems we have lost power here in the Spectrum Center. I don't know what's going on. We're going to try our best to get everything back on here.
Glamour is forever.
Wait a second. Well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? Ladies and gentlemen, Blake Monroe is here on Friday Night SmackDown. It must have been her that had the lights cut for this astounding entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, this is certainly a development. Blake Monroe interrupting the Buff Barbie. The hell is possibly going to happen out of this? Well, ladies and gentlemen, some fighting words back and forth between these two ladies. Tiffany Stratton was talking about how nobody's really throwing her name into the hat, saying that she could be the face of SmackDown. And I guess Blake Monroe, if I put it lightly, says that Tiffany Stratton isn't satisfying the needs of the WWE Universe anymore. I don't know. Hopefully we get more on that situation soon. But coming up next here on SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen, Tag Team Championship quarterfinal matchup. The Street Profits and the LWO go 2v2 coming up next here on SmackDown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the past few weeks have all been to build up to this Backlash, the first premium live event here in the WWE in this new era of the calendar year, live from St. Louis, Missouri. Everybody here in the WWE has been doing their best, trying to impress the suits and the higher-ups, trying to put their name in the hat for the big event, the Backlash Premium Live event, coming up in just a few weeks' time. And it could possibly be these two men that could be looking to get to St. Louis, could be looking to fight for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Former tag team champions in their own right, Triple Crown tag team champions, I may add. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford are ready to try their best to get to the next round of the tournament. You know, ladies and gentlemen, over the last couple of years, there has seemed to be a very obvious shift in the demeanor of these two men right here. Of course, obviously, we all know these two love to party, they love to dance, they love to get it down. But over the last couple of years, we've seen a shift in the demeanor of the Street Profits to a more vicious or more focused side of the Street Profits. It seems like their demeanor has changed because they know how stacked this tag team division is, and that they still want to keep their crowns as the kings of the tag team division, or if at the least if they want to get back to those tag team titles, then simply put, they've got to do what they've got to do, whether good or bad, to get back to the promised land. We will see which Street Profits we get here tonight in this tournament matchup, as they are taking on possibly the most captivating, you could argue it, the most captivating tag team in the WWE, Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde of the Latino World Order.
At a combined weight of 370 pounds, Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro, the LWO.
Let us take a peek at the WWE Tag Team Championship Tournament bracket. Obviously, last week to kick off SmackDown in Orlando, we saw DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa take down the Alpha Academy. They were moved on to the next round. They will be facing the winner of Fraxium and the New Catch Republic later tonight. Of course, the Street Profits in the LWO facing off here tonight, and then they will be facing the winner of the Wyatt Six and the Judgment Day. This contest gets underway as now, oh my goodness, out of the gate, Angelo Dawkins showing off the power advantage over Joaquin Wilde. And I gotta say, what a start for the Street Profits. As we said, a shift in demeanor has clearly been noticeable in the Street Profits. If this was, the old Street Profits, the Street Profits of old, Angelo Dawkins might have started off a little bit slow, but clearly he knows the task at hand, and he is looking to get past the OWO sooner rather than later to get to the next round and to get one step closer to the tag team titles. It is easier said than done, though. These two are very scrappy, and they will do anything to get the advantage in these matchups. As you can see here, Joaquin Wilde using his speed and agility to get past Angelo. Not that Angelo doesn't have those things as well, but of course, Joaquin Wilde is going to have to use his tenfold because of Angelo's strength advantage. Should be a very fun matchup. Oh my goodness, well, maybe this matchup isn't so much fun anymore after Angelo Dawkins might have just cracked the jaw of Joaquin Wilde on that big punch. Tag, in comes in Montez Ford, a man that many believe could be a very good single star, but instead he's still going at it with his good buddy and his brother and Angelo Dawkins. There's Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. They say they are like blood, even though they are not actually related, but they are still brothers. And he says he will do, if he does anything, Angelo's coming right along with him. There's never seemed to be any heat between those two. As we get the tag in, comes in Cruz del Toro now. His first action of the contest, getting in there with Montez Ford. Couple of chops and now sends Ford to the corner. What's Cruz del Toro looking to do right here? Has a hold of Montez Ford with the body slam, taking down Ford. Now heading to the second rope is Cruz del Toro. Now del Toro with a splash to the back of Montez. And now Cruz del Toro trying to hype up the WWE Universe. Seems a little bit split here, does the WWE Universe. As now Montez ducks the kick and sweeps down the leg of Cruz del Toro. Trying to keep del Toro down is Montez Ford. And now Montez with a big neck breaker. What is Ford going to do here? Of course, the more energetic of the two in the Street Profits. Montez sending Cruz del Toro to the outside. Montez getting himself a little bit hyped up here. Montez looks to fly and he catches him. Montez Ford. And wiping off the hand, saying the job is done. Montez Ford showing off the athleticism early on in the contest. We all know that the LWO loves to fly. Well, Montez Ford can do it with the best of them. Cruz del Toro, though, trying to fight back into this contest, trying to get the LWO back into a good standing point. And with that enziguri, that should help as it frees him up to get the tag to Wild. And now another tag to Cruz del Toro. Frequent tags here by the LWO as they try to divide the ring here. Now what's going to happen? Montez Ford in deep trouble. We got a tag. Joaquin Wilde is back in the fray. There's a big step-up knee strike there to Montez. And now another tag. Very frequent tags here. I don't even know how many tags that was in the span of like a minute. And now Cruz del Toro will send Montez Ford to the outside. Wait a minute. Is Cruz del Toro possibly looking to give Montez a taste of his own medicine? Oh my goodness! Stepping off the second rope does del Toro and flies through the air looking very majestic. You've got to be kidding me. Pulling out all the tricks, all the plays in the playbook to get a shot at the WWE Tag Team titles. And now into the cover here is Cruz del Toro. Has the shoulders down kick out, though, by Montez. He's able to power out. And now del Toro has a hold of Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins is kicked off the apron. The LWO looking pretty good so far. Wait a minute. Here comes Montez now with the schoolboy. Del Toro wasn't ready for it. Kick out at 2. Fast-paced action in this contest. Now Montez takes him down with the DDT. As now, there goes Joaquin Wilde. Well, a lot is going down in this contest. A lot just happened in that last little spurt there of this contest. And now Montez Ford with the shoot-off misses the double axe handle. And gets him with the clothesline, though. Seems like Cruz del Toro was not avoiding that one. There's the big splash by Montez. And now Montez Ford, I don't know what he thought he was doing right there. He's still back in control. Cruz del Toro has suffered a little bit more punishment than Montez in the past minute. Tag, back comes in, Big Docs. And now Angelo Dawkins and Montez with the double hip toss there, taking down Cruz del Toro. Into the cover goes Angelo Dawkins to advance to the next round. Kick out by Cruz del Toro. This has been a fast-paced contest so far here, ladies and gentlemen, but it seems like Angelo Dawkins is possibly looking to slow this one down. Not that Angelo can't go fast. He can go fast with the best of them as well, but it seems like this pace fits Angelo Dawkins just a tad bit more. So wait a minute here. Cruz del Toro, though, able to catch the punch. And now a big chop, flurry of offense now from Cruz del Toro, getting the enziguri once again to take down Angelo Dawkins. Now Cruz del Toro is going to head to the top rope. What's he looking to do here? He tried to fly again, but Angelo's able to move out the way. And oh my goodness, Angelo Dawkins now heading to the top rope. Angelo Dawkins, he can also fly. There's the double axe handle. Angelo Dawkins talking himself a little bit of trash. We've seen a lot more of that from the Street Profits as well. They've always used to do that, but it's a lot more impactful now. Big spine buster, but Joaquin Wilde able to break that one up. Angelo Dawkins not too happy, tried to go over there and give Joaquin a piece of his mind. Joaquin with the punch, now gets the knee up. It seems like Joaquin Wilde is now in Angelo Dawkins' head. And that just slight distraction by Joaquin Wilde was able to give Cruz del Toro enough time to recoup. And now he gets the tag out to Joaquin Wilde. Angelo Dawkins still down. Now starting to stir is Angelo Dawkins. Joaquin Wilde though with a big super kick. And Montez knows that the Street Profits are now in trouble. And now Joaquin Wilde sending Angelo Dawkins to the outside. And oh boy, Angelo's in prime position. Here comes Joaquin Wilde flying through the air, just like Montez did earlier. And now doing his little dance is Joaquin Wilde. WWE Universe is on their feet. Angelo sent back into the ring. Joaquin Wilde is in full control. What's he gonna do now? And oh, there's another super kick by Joaquin Wilde. Now out to the apron, now going to the top rope. Joaquin Wilde now frog splash to the back of Angelo Dawkins. Hooks the leg of Angelo, referee in perfect position. Montez Ford breaking it up. We've had many close calls in this tournament contest, and this is what the tag team division is all about. We have very good tag teams here on SmackDown. We are trying to see exactly who is the best of the best, and there's Cruz del Toro with the big driver. It could be over. The LWO advancing to the next round. Angelo Dawkins thrusts the shoulder up at 2. This is what tag team wrestling should be, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, big reversal there by Angelo Dawkins. He knows he's in enemy territory. He's got to fight out by any means necessary. Takes down Joaquin Wilde, gets his little get back right there. Angelo Dawkins now, what's the game plan? Sending Cruz del Toro to the corner, and he hard-buckled hard. Montez Ford got the tag. Now he's back into the fray. Big super kick there by Montez. And now with the stomp, able to keep Cruz del Toro down. Montez now heads to the top rope. Montez Ford, elbow drop to the back of Cruz del Toro. Now tries to take out Joaquin Wilde. Joaquin gets the knee up again. But Montez Ford once again showing that he can fly. Not like Angelo Dawkins, although Angelo could have done that. He decided to go a different route. And now Montez Ford sends Cruz del Toro to the corner. Oh no, it's not looking good for Cruz del Toro. The Street Profits looking to put the exclamation point on this one. Oh, but before they can even get a count, Joaquin Wilde is there to break things up yet again. Angelo Dawkins, though, staying on the attack, is the big man. Back over to Joaquin Wilde. Once again, drop kick off the apron. And now hustling back to the corner. Into the tag comes Montez Ford. And another exclamation point just for good measure. That will do it. The Street Profits will advance to the next round, and they will await either the Judgment Day or the Wyatt Six. Ladies and gentlemen, that right there is tag team wrestling. That is what this tournament has provided us, and it's only been 2 matches so far. We are going to see who is the best of the best in the SmackDown Tag Team division. And ladies and gentlemen, that could just be Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, after that hard-fought battle here tonight, I believe the Street Profits may have just made their case that they could walk out of this tournament as the WWE Tag Team Champions. What a victory, what a matchup here tonight between the LWO and the Street Profits. The Street Profits prevail. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting word we won't even have to wait for the next championship tournament contest. This next quarterfinal matchup is happening up next. Really, it's happening right now. The New Catch Republic and Fraxium go 2v2 to see who will be facing DIY. The big strong boy, Tyler Bate, is here. And I guess he's not walking out alongside his tag team partner. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. That could be very crucial. That could possibly show that maybe the New Catch Republic are not on the same page. Or maybe they just have different viewpoints. I don't know what's exactly going on between those two, but regardless, they're in this tournament and they are looking to get to the next round to take on Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. DIY is somewhere watching, and it could get uncomfortable with this man walking into the room. You can see the contrast in demeanor between Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Tyler Bate coming out here all smiles, fired up, ready to go. And then you have the bruiserweight. No smile. Just stone-faced, all focused, determined to get to where he wants to be. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, this man right here, one of the longest reigning NXT UK champions of all time. One of the most dangerous men he will ever step into a ring with. And now he is here tonight to get one goal and one goal accomplished. Defeat Fraxium. Defeat Fraxium and head to the second round of the tournament. But that is not going to be easy, as these two men right here have been labeled as a problem and possibly the future of the tag team division here in the WWE. These two are more than capable of becoming tag team champions. The fastest duo in the tag team division is here. Ladies and gentlemen, if we thought that the matchup we just saw between the LWO and the Street Profits was very fast-paced, well, this one could make that seem like child's play. Fraxium and the New Catch Republic 2v2 here tonight. Of course, all these competitors come from the other side of the pond. And now we are going to see exactly what is going to transpire in this contest here tonight. Nathan Frazier and Tyler Bate start this one off. Starting off a little bit slow here, but Nathan Frazier is in control early on. Trying to weaken down Tyler Bate. Now shoots him off the ropes there, goes under, and now Nathan Frazier with a sling blade. And an early cover here by Nathan Frazier. Quick kick out though by Tyler Bate. Nathan Frazier, however, staying on the attack. He knows how dangerous Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne are. So now Tyler Bate starting to fight his way back into this matchup with a couple of kicks, a punch, and now going through the gut there. And so, Pete Dunne getting a little bit of a cheap shot right there. Well, as I said, very contrasting are these two, are Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. That might not have been what Tyler Bate was looking for. But in this type of situation with these circumstances, he better not question it. He might as well just go with the flow. Now here we go. There's a tag here. Here comes in Pete Dunne now. And now Nathan Frazier in deep trouble. Oh my goodness. Well, we know Nathan Frazier also loves to fly, but he doesn't love to fly and land like that. And now here comes Pete Dunne. And with Pete Dunne, yes, he can go very fast, but we're going to see more of a methodical pace with Pete Dunne. Joint manipulation, everything. You will see all types of damning offense from Pete Dunne. A lot of very uncomfortable offense from the bruiserweight. But after that sling blade, Nathan Frazier might not need to suffer that offense. And there's a tag. In comes Fraxium now. As now oh my goodness, Fraxium with the double super kick. Excuse me, I called Axiom by their tag team name. As now, wait a minute. Oh. As no, never mind, Axiom. I thought he hit us with a little bit of a pump fake, and I guess he did. And he was able to take down Pete Dunne right then and there. And now Fraxium standing his ground in the middle of the ring, telling Pete Dunne to get back into the squared circle. Pete Dunne just going to slowly make his way in, not going to rush back in. Oh, and there's a big gut punch there by Pete Dunne. Is he trying to take off the damn mask? Well, I don't know what the plan there was for Pete Dunne, but instead now he just stomps on the back of the head of Axiom. Almost called him Fraxium again, my goodness. As you can see there, this is the uncomfortable offense that we were talking about. Oh my goodness, he does it again. No, now just raking the face of Axiom if he even can get that far behind that mask. Tag into Tyler Bate, and now Tyler Bate using the fast-paced offense to his advantage here on Axiom. Into the cover here. Axiom's in trouble. Kick out at 2. Now Tyler Bate, what's his game plan here? Has a hold of Axiom. Looking to show off the strength is the big strong boy with a nice suplex. And now Tyler Bate here. Oh my goodness. I guess a little bit of a cannonball right there off the springboard. And Tyler Bate starting to feel the momentum. Axiom in trouble. Tyler Bate now with a clothesline into the corner. Down goes Axiom. Tyler Bate now to the second rope. Now a splash to the back as Axiom probably had no idea where he was. Nathan Frazier knows Axiom is in trouble and that Fraxium's chances at the tag team titles are slowly slipping away. The more damage that Axiom takes. Oh my goodness, a back body drop. The tag into Pete Dunne. Here we go. Here comes the bruiserweight. What's his game plan? Just more brutal offense. That's exactly the calling card of Pete Dunne. Into the cover. I believe Axiom's foot might be under the rope. It might have been, I don't know. Charles Robinson couldn't get a good look at it. But regardless, it's a kick out. Axiom, oh my goodness, well, that big punch might be enough for Axiom to get back into this contest. And oh my goodness. Well, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you got to do anything you can to win here tonight. And Tyler Bate was not going to allow Axiom to get that big maneuver there. As, oh my goodness, a lot of stuff is happening. Like I said earlier, if we thought the LWO versus the Street Profits was very fast-paced, this match could make it seem like child's play. We're stumbling over our words on commentary with how fast-paced this is starting to get. Kick out by Axiom at 2 after Pete Dunne sent himself flying through the air with a suicide dive. Big enziguri there by Axiom. And now he's finally going to get the tag. In comes Frazier. Of course, the protege of Seth freaking Rollins. As now, wait a minute. Here comes Nathan Frazier now taking down Pete Dunne. Nathan Frazier trying to keep the pace moving, trying to keep Pete Dunne on his toes. Now Nathan has a hold of Pete Dunne. What's he looking to do here? Oh, that's a nice driver. And now hooks the leg with the shoulders down. The bruiserweight's in trouble. Kick out. Nathan Frazier's got to do a bit more. Oh, gets a cheap shot there on Tyler Bate. And now forearm there to Pete Dunne. That downs the bruiserweight. And now Pete, oh my goodness. Well, Tyler Bate tried to get his get back, but Nathan Frazier got him back. And now Frazier, what's his game plan now? Has Pete Dunne right where he wants him, looking out to the WWE Universe, trying to get some help, trying to get some energy. And now has Pete Dunne on the top rope. What is Nathan Frazier planning to do right here? Oh boy, this is not good for Pete Dunne. Here comes Nathan Frazier off the top rope. Oh my goodness, what the hell was that? Against a moonsault type of fall-away slam, followed by the Swanton Bomb by Nathan Frazier. Oh my goodness, an exceptional athlete is Nathan Frazier. And now Nathan looking to take down Pete Dunne by any means necessary. Off the back elbow, enziguri combo in the corner. Covered by Frazier. Pete Dunne gets the shoulder up and powers out at 2. Oh my goodness, seeing a lot of flurries of offense here in this contest. Pete Dunne's got to find a way to fight himself back in this thing. As now, oh, there's the shoulder breaker. That'll certainly help. And Pete Dunne, he's looking pissed off. He looks a little pissed off that Nathan Frazier was able to get all that offense on him. And with that, that could do it. Into the never mind. That will not do it as Axiom quickly gets in there. But Pete Dunne knows he has the momentum right now, and he's got to stay on Nathan Frazier. Indeed, he does here. Wait a minute, reversal here by Nathan Frazier, able to get out of that predicament. Weaving under the chute. Nathan Frazier now with the flurry of offense, trying to keep Fraxium in a good standing in this contest. Nathan Frazier now off the ropes. Here we go, another kick to the back of the neck. And now Nathan is going to head to the top rope. What's Nathan Frazier looking for here? That's a nice elbow drop. Elbow drop by Frazier. Tag. In comes Axiom. My goodness, that's like the 3rd time I've done that. Axiom is now in the match. Tried to get a flurry of kicks, but Pete Dunne not allowing it. Instead, sending Axiom into his corner. Oh my goodness, a big chop there by Pete Dunne. In comes Tyler Bate off the tag. And now Tyler Bate has Axiom on the top rope. What is going to happen this time? Tyler Bate now with Axiom in deep trouble. Oh boy, here we go. Axiom hit with the superplex. The big strong boy building the momentum. And now Tyler Bate feels it may be time to end this one. Tyler Bate picks up Axiom. Axiom has no clue where he is. Oh my goodness, that's a nice uppercut there by Tyler Bate. Nathan Frazier calling for his partner to get the tag. But right now, Tyler Bate is all over Axiom. Now to the corner. What's Tyler Bate going to do right here? Oh my goodness, another uppercut. Hopefully Axiom, the back of his head didn't ricochet off that turnbuckle. That could have been devastating. Could have been catastrophic for the chances of Fraxiom. Tyler Bate now to the top rope, has Axiom right where he wants him. Oh, there's a big knee drop there. Knee drop onto Axiom, but Nathan Frazier is there to save his tag team partner just like he did earlier. Wait a minute, Tyler Bate has had enough of Nathan Frazier, kicks him off the apron. This is the ultimate opportunity here for the New Catch Republic. There's a cheap shot there by Pete Dunne once again. Tyler Bate saying, screw it, you get in here off the tag. Here comes Pete Dunne now with the face wash with the boot. Axiom in trouble. Pete Dunne has him right where he wants him. Oh no, has him in position for a bitter end. And that could be a bitter end to the Tag Team Championship chances of Fraxium. But instead, Axiom gets the shoulder up, and Pete Dunne can't believe it was just a 2 count. I guess having a tag out to cool himself off right there, but Tyler Bate is going to pick up the pieces, trying to pick up the scraps, but no, Axiom with the reversal, and instead with a big judo throw. A lot going on here in this contest as runs into him. Oh my goodness, there's a nice kick there by Axiom. Axiom back in control, however, a little groggy, but still has enough wherewithal to be where he needs to be for the golden ratio. Golden ratio by Axiom, but Pete Dunne breaking it up. You've got to be kidding me. Like I said, in the LWO versus the Street Profits contest we saw just before this. This is what tag team wrestling should be, and this is the tag team wrestling that the SmackDown Tag Team division looks to provide. Pete Dunne taking off the apron. Nathan Frazier now is the legal man. Tyler Bate is in trouble. Nathan Frazier to the top, looking to fly, gets the Phoenix Splash. Nathan Frazier falling into the cover. Fraxium, you will get DIY. You've got to be kidding me. I would try to get a drink of water, but this matchup has gone way too fast for me to even attempt it. Oh my goodness. All these men giving it their all. As now Tyler Bate looking to fly takes out Nathan Frazier once again. You can see and hear the WWE Universe. They are on their feet. What a contest this has been. This Tag Team Championship tournament has been out of this world. As Tyler Bate was trying to go up top, but Nathan Frazier rolled out of the way and now takes Tyler Bate off the top rope. Does Nathan Frazier, followed up by the elbow drop. Oh my goodness. Finally, I guess no, never mind. I guess not a chance to catch our breath. These two teams are going at it. Tyler Bate gets the separation, gets the tag to the bruiserweight. Dunne back in the match. Nathan Frazier in deep trouble, sent to his own corner. Pete Dunne now. Oh, there's a reversal. Nathan Frazier able to switch spots. Tag into Axiom. Fraxium double team maneuvers right here. Slips him down. Big kick to the face. And now Axiom gets back into the ring over the ropes with the follow through. Takes down Tyler Bate off the apron. This could do it. This could be the moment that Fraxium witnesses. Oh no. Tyler Bate, oh my goodness, a lot going down. Pete Dunne and Axiom going back and forth with the roll up here. He's, oh my goodness, they got him. Fraxium steals it. Oh my goodness, so much happened in the last, I guess, 3 to 5 minutes of this matchup that I couldn't even keep up on commentary. Axiom and Pete Dunne were going back and forth, reversal after reversal, all types of high impact moves, all types of fast paced maneuvers in this contest. But at the end of the day, Axiom folding up Pete Dunne to secure the victory. Woo, ladies and gentlemen, I was finally able to get my sip of water and to catch my breath. What a contest between those two teams. Fraxium will also move on in the SmackDown Tag Team Championship tournament. As we look now at the bracket, as we await for it to finally be updated. We thought we were going to update it immediately after the Street Profits got their win, but then we got word that this matchup would immediately take place. The updated bracket, LWO and New Catch Republic gone. DIY will face Fraxium, and the Street Profits await the winner of the Wyatt 6 and the Judgment Day. Back live here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Trick Williams is in the house. And of course, this young man, he knows his worth. Very egotistical, very cocky, but yet very, very talented. Has the look of a champion, has the skill set of a champion. This man could be the future of the industry. And tonight, he is here to say a few words about what transpired last week, and we will get into that in a moment. You can hear the WWE Universe, a little bit of a mixed reaction towards Trick Williams. Of course, he's got his lemon pepper steppers on. At least that's what he calls them. got the chain around his neck. Trick Williams is dressed to impress here tonight. And like we said, he is here to explain and really speak on about what transpired last week. Let's take you back to last week. After Carmelo Hayes would successfully defeat Aleister Black in singles action, the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, would come out to basically, I guess, congratulate and confront Carmelo Hayes at the same time. Of course, both of these men want that WWE United States Championship, but another man that entered his name into the fray, and another man who also wants the WWE United States Championship, that being Trick Williams, would take his opportunity to strike with not one, not two, but 3 trick shots onto Damian Priest. Of course, Trick Williams has been saying all week that it wasn't anything personal, and he might say that it wasn't anything personal towards Damian Priest in just a little bit. But there's the 3rd trick shot that would keep the Archer of Infamy down, and Trick Williams making his presence known here on the Blue Brand. Oh boy, well this man right here certainly can't be in a good mood, especially after last week. We heard Trick Williams say it was nothing personal towards Damian Priest, saying if it was anybody other than Damian, he still would have struck. He still would have taken that opportunity to strike to make his name known for the United States Championship. But I don't think that explanation is going to work for the Archer of Infamy as he looks to confront Trick Willie. Oh, simple and straight to the point is Damian Priest as he clocks Trick Williams over the head with the microphone, and now the brawl is on. Well, clearly, Damian Priest not accepting the explanation that Trick Williams gave him, although he might understand it. But he is still looking to get his pound of flesh on Trick Willie, and that is what he is doing here tonight. Damian Priest now taking it to Trick Williams. Oh my goodness, Trick Williams thrown right into the air, and face first he goes onto the canvas and now sent to the outside. As Damian Priest standing tall over Trick Williams here tonight at the Spectrum Center. And now Trick Williams slowly getting back to his feet. He clearly cannot be too happy about what just happened, and he's going to take a hike. He's going to get away from Damian Priest before more damage can be done to Trick Williams. Oh my goodness! Well, Trick Williams was trying to make his way to the back, and it seems like another man looking to make his claim to the United States Championship, that being the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov, caught him at the stage and hit him with an H-bomb. The United States Championship is a sought-after prize here on the Blue Brand, and it seems like multiple people are here. Multiple WWE superstars are looking to put their name in the hat and make their claim to the United States gold. And so wait a minute, Ilya Dragunov once again drops the H-bomb on Trick Williams. Well, this can't be how Trick Willie saw his night going here tonight. The United States Championship division is on fire. Well, coming up next here on Friday Night SmackDown, it is your main event. Bianca Belair and Raquel Rodriguez going one-on-one in the middle of the Spectrum Center here in Charlotte, North Carolina. A lot of events led to this contest here tonight, and we will take a look back of how we got here, stemming off of last week. Of course, last week here on Friday Night SmackDown, we would have Liv Morgan going one-on-one with Lyra Valkyria. Of course, Lyra Valkyria and Liv Morgan, what a phenomenal matchup it was. Of course, Liv Morgan having the Judgment Day behind her back while Lyra had Bayley backing her up. Of course, a lot of chaos went into this matchup. Raquel Rodriguez was thrown out early. Lyra Valkyria would continue to try to fight back, doing her best to try to take down Liv Morgan. But at the end of the day, Liv Morgan would just continue to fight. The Judgment Day would try everything they could to have any type of advantage over Lyra. Roxanne would also be thrown out, and then Liv Morgan would take it upon herself to attack Bayley, which would then lead to the opening of Lyra getting distracted and Liv Morgan being able to pick up the win. But it is what happened after the match that leads us here tonight. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez would then rejoin Liv Morgan here at ringside, and then they would take it upon themselves to attack Bayley and Lyra Valkyria even more, using their numbers advantage yet once again. But when things started to get rough, when things looked like it was about to get catastrophic for Lyra and Bayley, out comes Bianca Belair with the big save, running off Roxanne and Liv Morgan as Raquel and Bayley had started fighting out of the arena. A lot went down last week. It was a lot to keep up with. But now tonight, we are here for this contest in our main event. Raquel Rodriguez makes her way to the ring. And as you can see, she's got her best friend with her.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, accompanied by Liv Morgan, representing the Judgment Day from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, Raquel Rodriguez.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, Raquel Rodriguez is the powerhouse of the Judgment Day. Finn Balor laid out their plan pretty clear and simple last week to take over SmackDown and to hold all the gold. Judgment Day went 2 for 2 last week in their matchups, with Liv Morgan and the boys of the Judgment Day picking up victories. If Raquel Rodriguez gets the win over Bianca here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, there just might be no stopping the Judgment Day in their quest for immortality. But that can all be for naught if this lady has anything to say about it. The EST of the WWE. Everybody loves Bianca Belair, and it seems like the WWE Universe is 100% behind the EST in this main event bout. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, Bianca Belair and Raquel Rodriguez with a lot of history. As we know, they came up together in NXT as the Big Three, along with Rhea Bloody Ripley, who is over on Monday Night Raw. The history between these two is unparalleled, and we will see yet another chapter in their storied history here tonight. Raquel Rodriguez, Bianca Belair here in the Spectrum Center in the main event. The bell has been rung. As you can see, these two gladiators getting right in each other's faces. Big fight feel here tonight for our main event, as these two will now lock horns in the middle of the ring. Here we go. Both of these women very, very strong. It's going to be interesting to see who gets the upper hand in this collar and elbow tie-up. These two jockeying for position in the middle of the ring, but now Raquel gets the upper hand there. Referee trying to break it up. Oh my goodness, and a big cheap shot by Raquel Rodriguez. And now Bianca Belair, she's not going to take too kindly to that. And now here comes the EST, starting to rain down the strikes here on Raquel. Bianca Belair getting back for that cheap shot. We're in the feeling out process as Liv Morgan continues to watch intently. Raquel sent over the top rope now. And now what's Bianca Belair looking to do? Stepping up to the second rope here. Oh my goodness, what is Bianca Belair looking to do right here? Oh my goodness, Bianca Belair showing off the strength early on in this match. You've got to be kidding me. And a quick kick out by Raquel, but the WWE Universe just sprung to their feet after that display of power by the EST. Unfortunately, Raquel Rodriguez able to get back the advantage, and that sits the WWE Universe back down, but they are still fully behind Bianca here tonight. Oh, wait a minute here. Well, I'm sorry to give attention away from this main event bout between these two ladies and gentlemen, but we have just received word that Drew McIntyre has arrived to the building, and he will make an appearance live after this contest. So we will hear from Drew McIntyre after his actions last week. We will get into that when Drew McIntyre shows face, excuse me. But for now, let's get back to this contest. A big announcement that I just received word about, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize to take away from these two incredibly talented ladies in this matchup. Bianca Belair fighting out of the corner there as Liv Morgan continues to look on. There's a nice tackle there by Bianca, taking down Raquel. Now hitting the ropes with a big splash. Bianca Belair is back into it. You see these two ladies still trying to really jock for position, trying to jock for control, trying to see who will take full control of this matchup. And now Bianca Belair, oh my goodness, a running power slam right there by Bianca. Now heading to the top rope is Belair, the EST, looking on. Big splash there by Bianca. So wait a minute. Liv Morgan, she just slid in that kendo stick. As we know, we saw it last week. Hell, we just saw it on the replay. The Judgment Day love to use their numbers to their advantage, and it seems like that might be the game plan here tonight. Nobody's really noticed that kendo stick so far. It is still just sitting there. As now Bianca Belair with a running start with a clothesline takes Raquel out, and she lands right next to Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan, she can't be too happy about the display she's seeing right now from Bianca Belair. Raquel Rodriguez trying to gain her composure. Liv Morgan trying to calm down her best friend as well. Those two also have a lot of history with each other. Now here we go. Both these women back in the middle of the ring looking to lock up, but Raquel Rodriguez instead getting that suplex in there. That kendo stick is still in play, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think the referee has noticed that kendo stick is laying right there. Well, hopefully he notices it sooner rather than later. Raquel now sends Bianca into the corner. And now looking for the tree of woe here. Bianca Belair is not in a good position. What is Raquel looking to do? Just driving the knees into the gut of Bianca Belair while she hangs from the corner, and she just slumps right down. And now Raquel Rodriguez is starting to get things where she wants them. Now we're at the pace that Big Mommy Cool wants. And now Raquel, she's heading to the top, but we don't see Raquel do this much. Raquel Rodriguez dropping the elbow as Bianca was trying to get up. So wait a minute. Well, Liv Morgan taking off that turnbuckle padding there. That could be crucial. Bianca able to get that shoulder up. Referee was in good position there for that pinfall. We've got the kendo stick and that exposed turnbuckle in play. This cannot look good for Bianca Belair, but for right now, she's in this submission hold that Raquel Rodriguez has locked in. Trying to beat Bianca Belair here with this submission, trying to make her tap, but that's not going to work. Bianca Belair able to fight out. Is now these two women trading blows, going back and forth here in this contest. Really, this first half of this match has been these two just trying to jock for position. That's really all it's kind of been. We still don't even have a clear favorite in this matchup. We don't have somebody that's clearly in control. As now Raquel, misses the shot. Bianca now, she misses her shot. And now Raquel Rodriguez with the big clothesline. And maybe we finally just got our answer as to who is in control of this whole thing. And Raquel with a big splash from the second rope. Falling into the cover, has the leg hook. Belair able to power out. Liv Morgan's trying to speak some words of encouragement to Raquel, even though she's all the way on the other side of the ring. But we all know how loud Liv Morgan can be. And now Raquel Rodriguez, oh my goodness! Will just send Bianca into that exposed turnbuckle, and apparently the referee's not going to do anything about it. You've got to be kidding me. The Judgment Day using every advantage they can. Down goes Bianca Belair off the big slam, but it's not enough. Kick out at 2. Oh, now the referee, he's going to take a chance to get that turnbuckle fixed. Oh, wait a minute. No, that damn kendo stick. Now the kendo stick being used to the advantage of Raquel Rodriguez. The plan was set by Liv Morgan and Raquel, and it seems like it's going to come to fruition. Never mind. Well, Raquel and Liv Morgan sharing a look. They thought they had that plan, and now the referee discards the kendo stick after it's being used. Unbelievable. Now Raquel is looking to probably just win this one by countout. I mean, her and Liv Morgan set the plan, and it worked. It 100% worked, ladies and gentlemen. They got exactly what they wanted out of it. But at the end of the day, Bianca Belair is still in the matchup. Now Bianca's starting to stir on the outside. Now look at this, Liv Morgan now taking matters into her own hands, throwing Bianca back into the middle of the ring. Well, the referee, he's got to do something about Liv Morgan out there. She's gotten involved way too much. She has dictated the pace of this match a little bit too much for my liking. As Raquel Rodriguez now taunting the crowd, taunting Bianca Belair, but Bianca Belair able to pop up with that big kick, and now here comes the EST trying to fight her way back into the match. Bianca slowly but surely getting the strikes off, building momentum in this main event bout. Charlotte, North Carolina on their feet. And now Bianca, oh my goodness, a big body slam there right in front of Liv Morgan. And now Liv starting to lose her marbles a little bit, watching Bianca fight her way back into this match. Now what's Bianca gonna do here? Oh my goodness, look at the power of the EST, the strongest in the WWE Women's Division. You could make the claim. And now Bianca off the top rope with the elbow drop to the small of the back. Raquel down in the middle of the ring. Bianca with the leg hook. Liv Morgan, all she can do is watch as she watches Raquel get the shoulder up. Well, Liv Morgan's heart rate can't be too good right now. She's got to be starting to get nervous. She's got to start getting nervous seeing Bianca Belair fight her way back into this match. What do you do if you're Liv Morgan and Raquel now? Oh my goodness. Let me try that again, ladies and gentlemen. I did eventually get it out, but what do you do if you're Raquel and Liv Morgan right now? Oh, wait a minute here. Well, it seems like Raquel has more trouble coming towards her. Face first goes Raquel Rodriguez on the canvas. Flipping her over into the cover. Shoulders are down on the mat, and there's a kick out again. And Liv Morgan over there talking a little bit of trash to the WWE Universe, who thought that was the end of this match. But clearly Raquel Rodriguez still has some fight left. Now sent over the top rope is Raquel. Bianca taking down Raquel right there. And now we've made it all the way to the outside. Oh boy, let me get out of the way. Bianca Belair has cleared the announce table. Raquel Rodriguez is in deep trouble now. Bianca sending Raquel face first off the announce table. They have to be wary of the count, however. Now Bianca has Raquel on the announce table. Bianca will go into the ring and break the count to go back outside to have more time to do what she wants to do. Raquel Rodriguez and Bianca now standing on the announce table. The brawl is on. Oh! Reversal by Raquel. She blocked the strike. Oh boy. Raquel has a hold of Bianca with a suplex off of the table. Falling straight down onto the floor. And now Raquel sending Bianca into the steel steps. Raquel Rodriguez, she could take this count-out victory here, but she doesn't want to do that. I guess Raquel Rodriguez looking to prove without a shadow of a doubt that the Judgment Day runs Friday Night SmackDown. And Bianca Belair, she is a little bit limp right now. I don't think she knows exactly where she is. And now they're back on the damn announce table. What are they going to do right now? Raquel now trying to fire off some strikes. Bianca with the reversal. Oh, wait a minute. Bianca Belair now. My goodness, the sit-out power bomb through the table. This is your main event of the evening. Live in the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. Bianca sends Raquel back into the middle of the ring. Now she'll head to the top rope. Raquel, slowly but surely, getting back to her feet. There's a crossbody by Bianca Belair. Oh no! Well, you knew at some point that Liv Morgan would start running her mouth, and this is that point in the matchup. She knew Bianca was on the brink of victory, and it seems like Liv Morgan will continue until Raquel gets her way back into the match. The numbers game of the Judgment Day once again strikes. Down goes Bianca Belair. Oh, but she got the shoulder up. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez cannot believe it. You can see Liv Morgan, she's got her hands on her hips. She doesn't even know what to do anymore. Their plans have backfired. And now they just got to deal as much damage as they can to Bianca. But we don't know how much Bianca has left in the tank, ladies and gentlemen. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, they're both furious. They don't know what to do at this point. Just trying to weaken down Bianca Belair by any means necessary at this point in the contest. It seems like Liv Morgan and Raquel, they're trying to call out Roxanne Perez here. Try to call Roxanne to come help him out. But so far, there's been no sign of Roxanne Perez. Where is the Prodigy? Well, wait a minute. It seems like Bayley has a hold of the Prodigy. Roxanne Perez was possibly maybe going to try to make her way out there to try to help out the Judgment Day girls. But it seems like Bayley, the role model, has caught the Prodigy backstage. And Bayley is giving Roxanne a piece of her own medicine backstage. And all Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez can do is look on at the Tron. Bayley has a hold of Roxanne Perez with that running power slam onto the damn concrete. Bayley giving the Judgment Day a taste of her own medicine since she has Roxanne isolated backstage. There's really nothing Liv Morgan and Raquel can do. They could go back there and help her, but they still have to focus on Bianca Belair. As now Bayley, oh no, Roxanne Perez is in trouble now. Bayley hits her up with the suplex through that damn table. The Prodigy has been compromised. The plan has failed for the Judgment Day. There will be no Roxanne Perez. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Bianca Belair getting back into the fight with the KOD. The kiss of death that will spell death for the Judgment Day and Raquel Rodriguez here tonight. The comeuppance of the Judgment Day has seemed to come sooner rather than later. Liv Morgan and Raquel did everything they could. They did everything they could. Hell, they even had a plan C. They had a plan C, which would have been the Prodigy. But at the end of the day, Bayley getting involved, caught Roxanne backstage, and one KOD later, and the Judgment Day, their mission has come to a screaming halt.
Here is your winner,
Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day. You want all the gold? Well, it seems like you've got a pretty big problem in Bianca Belair. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a lot of big time matchups here tonight, but next week on SmackDown, it gets even better. It is a United States Championship Eliminator contest. There will be 2 of these triple threat matches, one next week and the one after. The winner of those matches will meet at Backlash for the title. And after what transpired earlier tonight, Ilya Dragunov, Trick Williams, Damian Priest will meet each other next week on SmackDown in the first Eliminator. Also, coming up next week, after what we just saw in the Bianca Belair and Raquel Rodriguez matchup, Bayley finding Roxanne Perez backstage and taking the Prodigy out. Next week, they will go one-on-one, Roxanne Perez and Bayley, as the war within the women's division between the Judgment Day and everyone else continues. And then, of course, we also had the final quarterfinal matchup in the WWE Tag Team Championship tournament. This time, it is Dom and JD's turn to try to bring a win to the Judgment Day, but they have a very, very tall task ahead of them as they take on Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis of the Wyatt Six. Judgment Day and Wyatt Six, the final quarterfinal matchup in the WWE Tag Team Championship tournament. All that going down next week on SmackDown. But we've got one more thing to go that was just announced that would happen during our main event moments ago. The Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre has finally made his way to the building. And he is here to give his thoughts. We all know how much Drew McIntyre loves to talk. And it seems like that is exactly what is going to transpire in the upcoming moments. Of course, as we know, last week, Drew McIntyre made his presence known to Cody Rhodes last week in the 6-man tag main event. And really, it was only Cody Rhodes that Drew McIntyre seemed to have a problem with. Let us take you back to last week. The Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonough taking on the superstars of SmackDown, which would be Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Sami Zayn. And what a main event it was. Everybody giving it their all in said main event. Of course, this all transpired last week because of a big brawl that broke out after Cody Rhodes was trying to speak his piece on trying to get to the WWE Championship, but apparently Finn Balor had a problem with that. That would spark the brawl between the Judgment Day, Rhodes, Orton, and Zayn, and that would lead to this big tag team matchup in the main event, this big 6-man tag team matchup. Everybody hitting their best shots, doing everything they could to secure the victory for their team. Kick out after kick out. Pin breakup after pin breakup. At the end of the day, nobody knew if anybody was going to be able to win this contest. As you can see here, JD hit that big Saito, and then Dominic Mysterio would immediately get in there for the frog splash. But as you see, Randy Orton is there to break it up. Nobody knew what would happen, but then this is the moment we were talking about. Drew McIntyre making his way down to the ring while nobody noticed, hitting a claymore to the skull of Cody Rhodes. And that maneuver right there, that instant right there by Drew McIntyre, he would also flee the scene, but that claymore would be just enough to discombobulate Cody Rhodes, and that would secure the pinfall victory for Finn Balor, securing the victory for the Judgment Day. It seems like Drew McIntyre had a bone to pick with Cody Rhodes, as Cody Rhodes was the only man that Drew McIntyre seemed to target last week. Well, it seems like we may finally get an explanation as to why Drew McIntyre had to show face last week in the six-man tag main event. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know we all just heard Drew McIntyre basically confirm that last week was all about Cody Rhodes and not the Judgment Day. I get that. But did Drew McIntyre just say he's going to Backlash for the WWE Championship? How on earth did he pull that one off? And it seems like this man right here, Finn Balor, he's taking a little bit of offense to that as well. How did Drew McIntyre pull off to what did he do to be able to get a shot to become the WWE champion at Backlash? He has not wrestled a match yet. At least this man, Finn Balor, although we do not like the way he handles his business, he at the least had a matchup last week, and he was the one that got the pin on Cody Rhodes. There was a lot to unpack here in this situation, and it seems like Finn Balor might be trying to get to the bottom of this as well. You can feel the tension, ladies and gentlemen. Finn Balor coming out here confronting Drew McIntyre, saying he has also been granted a shot to become the WWE Champion. Tried to compromise with Drew McIntyre to get him to back out of the fight. Drew McIntyre, oh, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Cody Rhodes has hit the scene. Cody Rhodes has hit the scene, and he's taking out his frustrations on Finn Balor. Well, as I was saying, Finn Balor trying to compromise with Drew McIntyre, trying to get him to back out of the fight. Drew McIntyre, however, saying, look, nothing about last week was trying to help you. It was all about sticking it to Cody Rhodes, that they are not friends. He does not want an alliance. And if any member of the Judgment Day tries to screw him out of the WWE Championship, then he'll start headhunting them all. But they cannot forget about the American Nightmare, who seems to be headhunting everybody that has wronged him. As of right now, it seems like Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor will be the match for the WWE Championship. But not unless this man has anything to say about it. Cody Rhodes, 3 crossroads in a row to the Prince. Cody Rhodes does not have a road to the WWE Championship at the moment, just like Drew McIntyre said. But that doesn't mean Cody Rhodes can't find a way. He's going to get his revenge one way or another. He is going to get back at anybody who's wronged him, starting with Finn Balor. And now Drew McIntyre has made his way back out here. A heated situation. Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor are headed to Backlash. What does this mean for SmackDown?